the perfect day to maybe get out in your yard.
Yes.
And try to take control of the mess, because it's a little spring gardening, and we've got Ciscoe here.
Oh la la, it's so great to be here. I love coming on here.
We love having you here, especially because this is important, Ciscoe. That was pretty much a travesty what happened to our plants.
Yeah.
What's the matter with Fido? Finally, Fido's giving us some good weather here.
Hey, you know, I'm
Seriously.
Oh
yeah,
my gosh.
I mean, with the winter that we had, it was so mild at first. Things started to bloom, but then we got that freeze in February.
Yeah.
So how can we help
So
our
now
plants?
plants look like this.
Right.
Yep.
Is there any going back?
Well, you know, the funny thing is, now this plant, it looks deader than a doornail. It'll come back from the roots, no problem.
Oh, it will?
But this is a really rare Chaflura relative that lives outside in my garden, but it's barely hardy. And when I looked at that, I was like, this is not good.
How did you know? Because it looks like it would come back.
Well, you know how you know?
Yeah, I want to know.
You rub the bottom, and you scrape off the bottom, and this is really white in there.
Oh, if it's, what
It's
does it have to be,
probably
green?
come back.
Show it to the camera.
Oh, you think this will come back, or no?
I think that's going to come back.
Oh,
if it was
nice.
bright green, I'd know it's going to come back. White, there's still hope. But here's the thing. I'm not going to know if that's alive until mid-June.
Oh, man.
So I'll cut it down, have it sitting there. And the problem is you go to the nursery, you see lots of really nice plants. Your time may be very short in the garden, buddy. Oh, la, la. Hey, you guys have to smell the flowers on this.
This smells like, I said, what is this, some sort of weird pink gardenia thing, Ciscoe?
Yeah, this is Daphne odora, the most fragrant plant in the garden. And I should have warned you, though, before you sniffed that, because I saw both of your socks start rolling up and down when you took a sniff. That's how fragrant this thing is.
I was going to break out in a rash.
He's like, by the way, it's the most beautiful and deadly.
But
wow,
see how it snapped?
What happened?
So the heavy weight of that snow just made that split. And you see a lot of trees do that, all kinds of plants now. And the thing is, now you can't just cut this back.
You can't?
Because what a lot of people do is they just go, okay, I'll cut this back.
Yeah.
They cut it like that. You never want to leave a stub like that.
Oh,
why?
Because the leaves are the pump that make the food and water go up and down the branch.
So it's like a waste.
If you cut that off, now there's no reason for food and water to go up and down there. This thing's going to die, and then disease is going to get in.
Oh, dear, what do we do?
So you have to cut where you got a good-sized branch. If you cut to there, you're okay. But there's one other thing. I'm not going to cut this until it's done blooming, because it's going to smell great either way. Then I'll cut it off and get rid of it. But I'm going to let that stay out there, even though it's right across the middle of the sidewalk. No one minds stepping over it, you know.
Right, right.
If it smells this good, you certainly don't.
So I have a question, though, because you said that within this one being white in the middle here, you noticed it may come back. If it were green, you'd know for sure.
Yeah.
Well, this is showing white. Now, is that just because it's a different type
Well,
of
let's scrape
plant?
right under the bark.
Okay. Oh, you have to get...
And see how much more green this one is.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
So,
Let's see if they can see.
Yeah, see if we can see that. So the greener you see in there, the better off you are. I still have my definite doubts about this guy coming back.
That guy may be sayonara.
That was a really expensive plant. I have some pictures we could look at, too.
Let's look at the pictures.
So that's my neighbor's tree, and the whole end of that thing broke off in the heavy snow.
Right.
But he didn't cut it right. He shouldn't have left that stub like
Just
that.
like you were
It had
saying.
to be. That should have been cut back down there. That whole thing's going to die.
How does your neighbor not, like, how does Ciscoe Morris's neighbor not know better?
That's my neighbor's yard, too. It was a disaster.
Throwing your neighbor under the bus.
I mean,
oh man, I told. Oh, and
Did you
look at
tell him,
this.
though? Did you?
Oh yeah, I told them hire someone.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. Okay,
Now,
this has happened in my neighborhood.
You see this all over the place. They splay out like this.
Yeah,
now,
right.
You could put a stake. You could tie a stake to a branch.
Okay.
Not very tight, because you don't want to ever tie tight around the branch.
Okay.
And then what you could do is you could hold them up to that stake, and you could put deer fencing. It looks like bird netting around there. And it disappears in there. You don't even see it. And it would recover. But you know what I'd do if that was mine?
You would just cut it off.
I'd get up there with my pruners and chop away, you know. And besides, they're going into the wires anyway. It needs to cut that down, you know.
Is that your neighbor too?
No, that's one of your producers.
I love this.
Call the power company.
Hey,
oh my God.
And I wanted to let everybody know right now you should be pruning your roses and hydrangeas.
Roses, hydrangeas.
Prune the livid tweedle out of them. Don't fool around. 6 inches high, outward facing bud, they'll come back so full and beautiful. And with hydrangeas, don't chop the whole thing right to the ground. That's what everybody does. You don't get any flowers if you do that. So just cut 1/3 of the big branches down right to the ground. And then leave the rest and only cut them down a little bit because they only bloom on what grew last year.
Oh, interesting.
What about butterfly bushes? How do you cut those?
You wait till April. And then just chop the livid tweedle out of those guys 6 inches from the ground.
And 6 inches from the ground?
So then, do you have a bush then?
Oh, it'll come right back and it'll bloom late in the summer, right where you want it to. And all those butterflies and hummingbirds will be all over that, which is so wonderful. Don't do it before April. People do it too early in the year, and then we get cold weather and it kills them. So
yeah, because technically we could still get snow. Probably not going to happen.
No, no, oh no!
You are like,
oh, there goes my whole day right there.
Poor Ciscoe, you're the opposite of ooh la la over there. Oh no, no.
Oh no.
It's sop la la.
No, we look like things are warming up and it's going to stay that way.
Good. Woo-hoo.
Sorry.
All right, Ciscoe, thank you so
it's
much.
so great being out with you.
Oh, he's the best.
It's really
Hope
fun.
you learned something. Ciscoe, where can people find more information?
Well, you can go to my website, or you can listen to my radio show, or
there you go.
read my book.
There you go.
Read his book. All right, we'll be right back.